Welcome, Cancer, to your Astro Dice reading for November. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on. Got kind of a really kind of a wacky month this month, starting out a little different. We'll get into that as we get into the situation. Okay, let's get in here and see what's going on. Go and see what's going on with you. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. And those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Some of you may know it as tarot scoping. It's kind of the same thing. I just do it very different. Okay. That is going straight into the 10th house with some Gemini energy with Saturn. Ooh. So Saturn is the part of you that accepts challenge to gain the wisdom. Getting some wisdom in the 10th house. So let's see why. Going over here to Gemini. The energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. And we are getting ready to go into Mercury retrograde on the 25th. Of course, then we will be in Sagittarius season. But, yeah. Okay, and it'll be the last one of the year, of course. Going straight into the 10th house where your achievements and status in the outside world are. So there's definitely something that is challenging you in the outside world. Right? So we're going to see what's going on. Okay, getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. As I said, we are going to look and see, why is this month a little wacky? What is up with this month? Well, first of all, we started the new month out on a new moon. That right there already makes the great reset, right? Causing some turbulence, allowing things to reset. Telling you to go ahead and let go for the new, but it's also given everybody kind of a tower moment in its own way, as it wants to reset, right? It's almost kind of like whether you like it or not. So let's see. Beginning of the month, please. Talking about reevaluating. See, it does feel like this, it is a great time in the beginning of the month to reevaluate. You guys may have already been doing that on the 1st through the, from the end of the month when that portal opened, going straight into around the 4th when it started closing. So, but right now it is in the beginning of the month a great time to reevaluate. You might even feel a little restless energy still from that new moon. So if you feel like you're a little disconnected from certain things, trying to look for that Ace of Cups, trying to figure out what's going on around the situation, some of you may even feel like you have a little bit of lack of confidence when it comes to this area. Because there could be a little bit of insecurities or unsureties, right? So you could feel a little, uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Gotta turn off my phone. I want Ozzy in the middle of our reading, right? So you might feel like there's some unsurety when it comes to the situation. We see that with the 4 of Cups. Looking at those 3 cups going, I'm not sure. But remember, you want to look for that Ace of Cups. That is definitely the Ace of Cups that's looking up saying, come on, you got this. Oops. Yeah. Feeling like you do have some endings that you may want to reevaluate. It's either endings you want to reevaluate or reevaluating whether or not I want to make this an ending. Okay? Because there could be something here that's making you feel quite defeated. So take that how it resonates for you. Is it something you've already ended or something, you know what, this just keeps defeating me. I got to end this. If you've already ended this and it's still coming up and you're just not sure where you're going, right? It's just still that idea lingering within your mind of what is kind of like, what's the next step from here, right? What is the next step? Where do I go from here? What am I supposed to do? How do I, take the next moves? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's just gather a couple cards over here. About that outside world. Could be that job, anybody that you're dealing with or what you're dealing with on the outside world, meaning it's not close friends. It's not, you see what I'm saying? It's not your family. It's the outside, right? Declarations and proposals, wanting to have an explanation. You could be giving yourself the explanation as you're thinking about it. You know, it's kind of like the explanation when we're talking to ourselves. We all do it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, kind of weighing the pros and cons. How long am I going to let this hurt me? Am I going to be able to get through this? Can I find my way out of this crisis, out of this defeat, out of this failure? Or do I need to put an end to this before it all starts crumbling down? However it is, but we all have that conversation within ourselves, and that's exactly more what it's talking about. If you do know that you are explaining something to someone on the outside world, then it could be actually both, right? But when you have Four of Cups, that's really getting deep within yourself and kind of looking at the situation. And maybe it is too that you're looking deep within the situation to explain to someone on the outside, right? Take that how it resonates. Everybody's going to be a little different, but there's an announcement. There's an explanation and an announcement. It's almost like you're getting ready to announce something. You're wanting to announce this. The loss of friendship, the loss of a job, the loss of the outside world. For some of you, definitely could be walking away from a job that no longer serves you. You might just not feel secure enough in that job. You might not feel like this has job security. Or you might feel like, you know, the people that are around you just never could get close enough to you in a job to where you even make that connection. Right? I can't connect with the boss. We seem to be on different places. I don't feel like, you know, I'm trying my hardest. For some of you, I do feel like it's kind of like when you have a job and you're kind of like the outcast and you're just like, it doesn't matter anymore. Because no matter what I do, it's like I can't fit in here anyways. They're not taking, you know, they're not taking me serious, or the job itself, you know what, it doesn't give me my security. They don't, you know, work me enough. There is something going on here where you feel like this is a big loss. I was going to look at the book really fast here, guys, just for a second on the 10th house. Just kind of give you an idea here. It says yeah, it's mostly job opportunities, as you can see, as I said. Driving ambition, what to seek in the outside world, or just manners and behaviors in front of others were taught by other people, their parents. It's only natural to still want to please them and still be a part of the influence. Yeah. It says it can also often be family traditions and accomplishments that are at heart of your own aspirations for achievement. But do ask yourself if that is what you really want for yourself too. This being so, you could go ahead and achieve much with this situation. Yeah, I believe that that's really what it is. How are you contributing? You know, the idea of the status and achievement can be simple as a, you know, as the quality in the car you drive, or a detached house in good neighborhood, or it can be fame and celebrity status. Some people might want to be known for their charitable work, others in the cooking skills. It's the same thing I said. I just feel like you're putting everything out there and you're just not getting noticed, and you're, you know, and it's like maybe some just don't have the quality in the business as well. Like you're taking everything really serious and everybody's goofing around. Like no one's taking it serious. You ever been to that restaurant, or maybe even worked at that restaurant, where it's like, okay, where's my friggin' waitress? Oh, she's over there sitting on her phone or gabbing with the bartender. You know, they're not taking it serious, and I need some water. Right? And you can tell they're there for a paycheck, but not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Where's the service? right? Or you might be that waitress and you're putting everything out there and you need the busboy to come over here and help clear off this table for you, and they're too busy gabbing with the other waitress, right? And you're like, come on, you guys are slowing me down. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like, it feels like whatever quality work you're putting out there, it might not be serving you well to be in such a place, because it's making you look bad. It's making you feel like, you know what? I don't belong here. I'm better than this. No matter how it is, it makes, I really feel there's something going on where you feel it's better than this. And they may have even, you may even lost your job, and it could be like, I don't know why you fired me. I was doing the best that I could. In fact, I was doing better than most because I was taking it serious. Okay. Or they may think you weren't taking it serious. Take it how it resonates, because I'm telling you, that's exactly what this feels like. Because of the 10th house. It's also, because the 10th house is also the qualities like I said, that we put out into the world that might be not seen properly. Dang. So it's like Spirit is saying, stay open to the collaboration, communications with the Gemini, right? As they could be the key to achieving your goals, guys. It could be, right? Because you're going to start prioritizing. I can see it happening too. It's almost like I can see it starting to roll that way. Prioritizing what you want within your healthy habits, your routines, the things that you do, the kind of suit, and company or corporation that you want to, be in. The Hangman. Yeah, there's going to be a pause in the mid-month here when it comes to the outside world about how you're seeing things. Clearing the boundaries, having that direct communication, looking for that offer. Here comes an offer for you. This is where your skill development is going to be. And mind you, this could even be thoughts from the past in the very beginning of the month. Remember, I said that. As you're trying to get this new job, it could be just you thinking. Okay, or either it already, like I said, either happened or you're getting ready to do so. But I do see this new offer coming where you're going to feel like I can prioritize. I told you I could see that. It's like you're going to change. You're going to release, whatever these feelings are. You're going to take that center stage as the Queen of Swords. You're going to clear those boundaries. You're going to be clear-minded about, this is what I want. This is my perception on the situation. I am the Hangman. You have so much perception. It's crazy. You have 2 cards of perception. Really getting down to the details, because you're like, I'm not dealing with this again. So you're definitely going to have a lot of open communication too when it comes to the Queen of Swords, knowing exactly what it is you're really going for, feeling like things have to be justified within this situation. If you didn't leave your job and you're really upset about the situation, you're going to go and have a conversation to justify this situation. I don't like what I see here. Or I don't like that you're not putting me on shift. Why is it that I'm not making shift as much? There is some uneasiness. Star card, excuse me. Yeah, you're a shining star. There's going to be a lot of financial growth, a lot of outsource coming towards you. It's almost like the universe is opening up for you as you're focusing on building this solid foundation, building back what you feel is yours, however that is. You know what it is. Everybody's story is a little different. There it is again. Page of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles. Being very professional about this, progressing within your professional life, knowing what it is and how this is going to work for you and how you're going to get this all together one way or another. And that's exactly what you're saying. One way or another, whether I'm with this outfit or I'm not with this outfit, I will get it together. There's a stubbornness that's coming through with these pentacles that is saying, this is where I'm going to stay. This is how it's going to be done. Because it's the only way I can do it. Wow. You're balancing out the situation. It's kind of like you stepped on me once, but you're not stepping on me twice. So there's definitely this loyal, hardworking, and definitely this idealistic piece that's coming out of you. This is the way it has to be. So the end of the month. So right here too, let me just bring it out. The mid-month is the 15th, which is the full moon. So around the full moon, that's when you're going to become this shining star. Right around that area, somewhere between the 13th to maybe the 16th, 17th, right? You're going to feel that everything is now shifting. I've been telling people too, this month is wacky, wonderful. It was like after I did like, 8 or 9 readings, I was like, there's something. That new moon really coming up is really, it really is resetting the bar over here, resetting the timing for the end of the year, really pushing everybody into this great kind of reset. So far, I haven't seen a sign that's getting out of that yet. Everything seems a little wacky. But then it's weird because it's almost like by the time the full moon comes, you're getting this stubbornness. But remember, that full moon is in Taurus. And we're in Scorpio season. And Scorpio's its sister. It sits right across from it. Right? So it's going to take on that stubborn. And I can feel that stubbornness coming in. You're like, and I'm grabbing that Taurus energy. And Taurus, that Taurus full moon is going to be running with Uranus as well. Which is a what? Sudden awareness. Sudden shakeup. That tower. Right, so yeah, and here it is. And it's also what? Aquarius, the star. So you're feeling that. You're feeling this. It's just like where I get this sudden shakeup, but the sudden shakeup in you is more from, it's more within. It's like it was already somewhat delivered from the outside world, and now you're just taking it within. You're having the sudden awareness within yourself, and you're saying, this is where I'm getting it, and that stubborn energy is going to come through, so that way you can receive what you want, so you can expect better things. How do we know you're expecting it? Page of Pentacles. I put myself out there, and I deliver my message. I said what I said, and I'm not backing down. That's some good Taurus energy. Let that bull come through. Take that bull by the horns and run with it. Can't tip the bull when the bull is that, sturdy. And if you are dealing with a Taurus, you're going to have to stay. You're going to have to stay more strong, right? Because they're being very stubborn. Yeah. Talking about a Taurus from a Taurus, so I know my own sign. So, yeah, and you're going, until you make them understand where you're coming from. Listen here, stubborn bull. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, well, then you tell me, and you keep telling me, and then I'll see. End of the month, the Fool. Yeah, you better tell me, though, right? If you're dealing with the Taurus, my friends, I'm going to tell you right now, you better really tell me. Tell me exactly what's going on. Tell me exactly how it is, right? Don't hold back. I want to know. And let's do this. Okay, so it does say, and then here we go. Like I said, the end of the month, around the 25th, not even around, the 25th is Mercury retrograde when it's stabilized. But remember, it's going to start already turning, right? It's already in its way of turning. It's just completely stabilized at the 25th. So you could also say that the reason that the full moon in Taurus is a little weird is because that Mercury retrograde's already starting to retrograde. Mercury's already starting. It just hasn't stabilized yet. It won't stabilize till the 25th. So that could also be because it's starting in Scorpion season, going into Sag season, right? Doing the foreshadow thing, right? And that always starts tipping the scale. So you could say that's why the full moon's a little weird and off. Because it's already starting to, to do its thing, to retrograde. Once it stabilizes on the 25th, it will go until the 15th. Now remember, then it'll do the shadow thing again, as you know, it won't be 100% over, right, until probably the 25th or so. 20th, 25th. I'm not really sure how long that goes. I would have to do my homework. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that it goes like 1 or 2 weeks of the foreshadow of doing that until it actually stabilizes, and then 1 or 2 weeks after that. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys know. I'm not positive on that. Um, but I do know that it does do that interference. But definitely on the 25th, it's stabilized. So now you could say, okay, but now I'm having a fresh new start. The possibilities are coming in. I'm starting to feel like the fool. I'm starting to feel like this journey is here and the sun is behind my back, and I feel like I have this fresh new start. There's your reset. See, and everybody's doing that though, guys. It's really crazy. And it's definitely making in my cards this kind of Pac-Man symbol, right? From the beginning to the middle to here. This the new moon, the full moon, and the retrograde. Well, they're going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Every month anyways. But definitely never the first card though, but it's definitely, right, because that's the first, right? But because of that Mercury retrograde, it's really, it really is. Everybody's doing that. So crazy. I'm saying that because if you watch your rising, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to say, oh my God, there's that Pac-Man again, right? And it is. And it's like, and then all of a sudden it resets itself, and it's trusting in this situation. Seeing that this is the way the blind faith works. This is the opportunity. This is the way the innocence is working. This is how it's putting itself together. This is where that optimism comes up, and that spontaneous, like, I got this. It's all of a sudden like your whole energy is just changing. Because why? Because it's renewed itself. It's reset itself, and it's ready for you to rock and roll. And yes, you're going to feel very burned out. And, you know, it's kind of crazy. Like, you're ready to rock and roll, but you're tired. You're tired. You're burned out. You're stressed out. That was a lot to deal with. I mean, a lot. Okay? Because why? But you're going to see that this is because of the unpredictable things that you weren't sure if you could even achieve these, because there was still this place within your mind that was like, I'm expecting this, but I don't know if this is going to actually work. So it's is this an unachievable expectation? But it became very unpredictable, because you did have very high expectations, because were you're taking on, and even though you're in Gemini over here, you're also taking on this Taurian energy from that full moon. The Gemini says, we're going to communicate. We're going to be mischievous. We're going to have this information. I'm going to stand my ground and make sure that my boundaries are heard. Knowing that the world hears me on the outside world, because this is who I am, and this is where I want to make sure everybody understands who I am, how I work, and, you know, I want them to understand how I work. I'm a good worker. Right? I'm a professional. I put out what it is that I want to put out. So yes, now you're seeing these possibilities. But boy, like I said, are you drained? You know, for those of you in Thanksgiving in the United States, you guys are going to be like, well, now we got to go see mom and dad and all the family and eat some turkey. Or, oh my God, I got to make a turkey and I am so tired. I don't know if I want to skip the wine or make sure I drink the wine, right? uh, but no, it's about the generosity, and now it's the generosity of the universe. It's because, how do we know it's the universe? Because it's a major arcana. It flipped. It said you deserved this gift. You did what you were supposed to do. You know, I'm starting to think that reading this one, I'm starting to think that maybe this reset is mostly karmic. for everybody. I just now, I mean, yeah, I've done like 15 readings or something, I don't know. But now, all of just out of the blue right now, I have done some that were karmic, but I'm starting to think, guys, that maybe the reset is karmic. Maybe it's literally the universe doing a karmic reset. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. But now I'm starting to think that's why it's all coming down this way. Because, I mean, we are in a transition. Scorpio is a transitional energy of transformation, whether it's the phoenix effect or, excuse me, or the butterfly effect. It doesn't matter. And then having that there, it's starting to make me think that almost everyone on this planet, I'm not going to say everybody, is going through a karmic. It's karmic. It's because of a karmic reset. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but the more I do these readings, the more it's just starting to really feel that way. And I'm picking it up. And I've watched a couple other people's readings too, and I've noticed they're kind of close to what I'm doing. Even if it's in love, you know what I mean? A lot of people do love, but it doesn't matter. It's still kind of the same. I'm starting to think that's what's going on. Because Mercury retrograde, no matter what, is about karma. It's testing, right? I'm going with that. I'm really feeling this now. Yeah. It's like the reset of, I want you to do something different. Get rid of that karma of how you did things, and I'm going to test you on this level so that you can get past this. It's the craziest thing. Because it's showing I no longer just want partial success. I'm looking for the bigger picture. And it's almost like the universe is saying, but you can have that with the star card. You can have so much more. It doesn't have to be partial. It can be oh so much more. It's like it's pushing everybody to their boundaries if you're paying attention. And it doesn't mean even if you're not paying attention, it's not doing it. It just means if you're not paying attention, you're not going to notice it, right? You might just think the whole world is falling apart, like my life's shitty. But it's like it's really like it kind of is, but it's not, because it's a test. It's karmic. It's about what kind of strength you have to carry on. It's like the carry on the wayward son. And you got this. And the more you're paying attention, the more you're going to pull through. And not just see it as a negative, because a reset is going to be somewhat negative. It's a tower. Excuse me. To what? To build you, to be the better thing that you are, to build you to the best of who you could be, using, those talents, those gifts of who I am, to build myself into exactly what I say I'm worth. Queen of Pentacles, this is what I'm worth. I am the shining star card. This is my destiny, my legacy, and I'm pushing you towards your destiny and legacy. Wow, this is just amazing. Sorry, guys, all of a sudden my throat, I don't know. I'm almost done being sick. I'm like at the last stages or something, but the wind's been blowing, so now I think it's always something, right? Especially in the fall, because we get so much wind. I'm in the desert, so yeah, we get a lot of wind. 'Tis the season for my allergies, but having this sickness and allergies now, it's like, oh gosh. But the good thing is I can hear again. My ears pretty much popped. Pretty soon this one will pop all the way and I'll be able to 100% hear. But it's so much better. I don't feel like I'm screaming anymore. Hyena. Yeah, see, dare to be different. And I feel like that's what you're doing out there too. You're telling them, I'm different from everyone else. Quit putting me into a box. You know, the universe made me, God made me different from everybody else on purpose, and we're all different. Quit trying to make me into a box of being this person, because I know where my status is. Oh, just because they want to sit over there on their phone doesn't mean that's me. If anything, I'm busting my ass, right? Oh, absolutely. Bat, see through the illusion into the truth. Absolutely. On the 10th house, I totally see that. And so what was the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom that you are tougher than you think you are? Or that you know you're tougher than you are, and you will get to what it is you truly need. And you're going to make everyone understand that, Queen of Swords. When I put out my resume, I'm going to make sure that I put out the best pieces of really what I do. I'm not going to hold back this time. I'm going to let them know I come in on time. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's no holds barred there. It will be a challenge, but you're going to accept this wisdom of what's really going on. Dolphin, live joyfully in the present, absolutely every day. For your present builds your future. I love this one too. The whale. Live as a fully conscious being. Yeah, don't let anybody try to disillusion you into thinking anything less there of, right? The illusions of the what? The outside world. Isn't that the truth, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.